Hi guys, I'm ReginaT with ReginaT Gaming, and today we're going to take a look at Atlas. Unfortunately, this game is only available on PC through Steam, so if you're a console player, unfortunately you're out of luck for at least the foreseeable future. Now, as far as I understand it, they are looking to add to the game and actually include consoles later on down the road, but we have no definitive dates, and unfortunately I don't foresee it until the PC version is more stable. Now, with that being said, there are some really positive things about the game as a whole, and there's some kind of drawbacks overall. So let's take a look at kind of what Atlas looks like on Steam. So with the actual game, it is only $30, which is an amazing price overall for a game of this size. Now, it is early access, so you have to keep that in mind. Not a lot of people want to play early access games because it's hit or miss. Now, they did just release the Mega Update, which brought about some interesting changes to the game. This thing is so massive. There is so much stuff that you can actually read through. So unfortunately, as you can see, on early access review, not highly recommended. So this particular one, since he played it for an hour and then he gave up. Now here's the thing with some of these reviews. They are being published as if they are current. Now, I guarantee that that wonderful player did end up dropping into a bad server, which is pretty common. I did it as well, not paying attention to the ping rates on the servers themselves and kind of just winging it. Now, there are some portions of both the PvP and PvE servers that have some serious ping issues and make the game insanely laggy. Now, optimization and other things, it would be really nice to see those actually get a little bit better, but as we go, it has gotten better. Since the release in 2018, at the end of 2018 that is, the developers have actually done more than most games in this game's position. With that being said though, unfortunately, it's hit or miss. So they've added some things, they've taken some things out, they've combined some components, and overall the game is heading, in my opinion, in the right direction. So whether or not you should buy it, I would actually say yes. Although I am a little bit biased because I do enjoy playing it, the game as a whole is not entirely broken. It is not entirely bad. It does feel a little bit like Arc Reskin at times, but overall, it's not awful. I've seen a lot worse from a lot bigger companies. So with this one in particular, you kind of gotta give it a little bit of credit. It is still in early access, so they are completely aware that some components are broken. Now, that's not to say that the game itself isn't fixable. To me, the game is completely playable, and you can actually still move and do all the things that you might possibly want to do. Now, one of the worst parts about this is actually that the server optimization is not the greatest. So if we actually take a look, official servers, all game modes, there are 4 servers in total that are official. Now there's a whole host of unofficial servers that you can choose from. Me personally, as you can tell, I've played on a couple of different servers. I've tried it out. I like my server. I own it. It's mine. So when it breaks, it's my fault. However, these other ones are not all that bad either. So with the official servers, there's an EU version and a North American version. You need to pay attention as to which one you're playing on. So I am actually based out of North America, so for me, I would normally play the PvP Kraken's Grasp for the actual PvP game mode, but when I actually go into it, something that I learned is look at their ping. Now the ping has gotten significantly better. Today there's not as many people on this server, which is kind of sad to see, but by sorting the ping out, you still have some that are getting into the 70s. They'll probably spike this afternoon once more players actually end up online. It is pretty early right now, so most players are offline for the North American servers. Once these servers start actually kind of popping, like this one has 19, it has 58. Now, when I'm talking about the server itself, it's very different than the norm. Their servers themselves, here, we're actually going to log into mine. Their servers are kind of split up, so it's one giant map. It looks like a very, very large map. I think it's about 15 by 15 in grid size, which is massive for an MMO, but can cause some serious stability issues. Now you have players going between zones and in and out of the zones, and unfortunately, sometimes you're gonna have lag. Now, it is a lot better. In December, I actually had a friend who it took her 5 minutes to get off of her bear. Unfortunately, that makes the game kind of unplayable. Now, as you can actually see on my map, this is actually my map, it's a lot smaller. I'm only running a 3x3 because it's cheaper, and I can add map sections as I go. I currently have B2 and A1, and there's something outside trying to eat me. So I clearly logged off at the wrong time yesterday. So A2 and B2 are both servers in a general way. I know there's a better term for it. If you know the term, put it down in the comments down below. I'm not the most techie of humans, but I do try. With that being said, these ones I do not currently own, and I will add to them once we actually have more people and make it actually worth paying for them, unless I decide to go ahead and add them because I'm weird. So with the game itself, you can upgrade health, your stamina, fortitude, intelligence, and weight. Those are pretty common things. They're very easy to understand. The actual health bar is kind of useful when you're in a rush, kind of not paying attention to what you're doing. I tend to forget what's happening around me, so it does make it a lot easier. Now the skill tree, it needs a little bit of work. Now the skill tree itself, it's not that bad, it's fine, but it does need some serious work. It reminds me of Ark, just not as clean. Ark's skill trees and Conan's skill trees are a lot easier to understand. They don't have all this random nonsense going everywhere that makes it impossible to understand what's actually happening. But there's some really cool improvements that you can actually unlock in this game that you're not able to do in Ark or Conan. Now, I currently have almost everything unlocked. I'm just missing 2, which is firearms and artillery. But I don't currently need those right now. Now, I unlock everything based on what I actually need at the time. I also have my company, which I forgot to hit start on yesterday, but I'm the only one on my server, so it doesn't matter. Lots of discoveries that you can actually get, different places that you can go. This is B's, here's the C's. A doesn't have as much, but that's okay. Different places to go, different places to look at. So we're actually in B2. Islands of Great Hope is my area, and as we go, we'll actually unlock these. Don't forget to like and subscribe to actually see some of those get unlocked and see what they look like. This is not a normal map pack. Again, this is a private server, so there's some things on here that you wouldn't necessarily see in the regular game. Now, with it being like Ark reskinned, there are some differences and some pretty standard pieces. Hello, ostrich. He does not belong to me. He's just wild. There's a pig. So they did make it look less dinosaur-y and a little more real world. So here's cow. Very useful. Just about every creature in the game actually has a use, which is really, really cool. But my favorite part is actually ships. I like ships. I have a raft. I have a slop. Now, normally, when you first start out, you would start out at a free port, which will allow you to buy, or rather build, in essence, your first ship. Unfortunately, I don't have a free port near me, so I had to start from scratch. This one I actually built myself, which I actually think was pretty cool. Little trial and error with the sails. It's probably still not going to work. I'm going to have to rip the sail back off. But I actually like the fact that it's not just buy the ship, plop the ship, you're done. Nah. In the game, you can actually make it look like how you want. You can change things. There's cosmetics. There's just an insane array of stuff that you can put on your ship. Now, there are merchant ships which do carry more cosmetics than normal. Again, this is my boat, so it does look weird. My poor raft. I like making all of the ships. That is my goal. I will have a fleet, whether I play by myself or I play with a group. I like having a fleet of ships because I like to make them. This one, of course, is the simplest version. It's the easiest to make. Now, the bigger ships, as they go, they do get more complex. They need more parts, and you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Resource management, just like Conan and Ark, is imperative. With this one, because it is open sea, which you can actually partially see that on the map. Oops. There you go. So most of this is actually open water. If it wasn't, I think honestly it would be less fun. The islands are not very big. They do have a couple of issues, but overall it's not bad. You do have to deal with a handful of lag and on occasion some nonsense from other players, but I would still give this game right now about a 7. Probably a 7. Now, that's not to say that the game itself isn't buggy, doesn't have ping issues, and is going to be fun for everyone. It is not fun for everyone, and I don't recommend it for everyone. But if you like survival MMO style games, Atlas is definitely something that you should give a shot. If you gave it a chance before the mega update last time, go back in, take a look at it. Now, there are lots of servers that you can play on. You are, of course, more than welcome to play on mine over there. As you can see, don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below and hit that bell button to get reminded anytime I upload a new video, whether it's on this particular game or Ark or Conan or any of the other insane games that I play. Now, with the game itself, I have my graphics turned down. You can turn them up and it looks, oh my goodness. They have done an amazing job as far as the graphics. So, as you can see, in 1080p, it is beautiful. I personally think it is more beautiful in 1080 than it is in any others. The details in 1080, it is absolutely stunning. The game itself is beautiful. There is a lot of detail that they put into it. Absolutely gorgeous. The game as a whole looks so much better if you can run it in 1080, but you can also run it in 720 and it's completely fine. That's what I actually live stream it in. That's why it's a little more grainy and doesn't feel as clear cut. But at the same time, like I said, 1080 is about where you want to be. See, the detail on the elephants is just wonderful. These elephants are going to be super, super nice to each other here. The wild pig with his hair and all of his fuzz. And there are some graphics quality issues even in 1080 that I do hope in the future they will fix. Little bit of render lag here and there, but not super bad. Hello, ostrich. Oh, he's so beautiful. Lots of colors. Lots of colors. Oh, that elephant's damaged. Well, that's sad. He probably got in a fight with a crocodile. So, like Ark, there are creatures out here that want to eat you. One of them is way over there. He's going to stay over there. He's a crocodile. He's not very nice. Oh, wow. Actually, there's two of them there. You can actually see both of them kind of in the distance over there. They can stay there. I don't like crocodiles. The game itself, once you put it into 1080, is a lot more enjoyable, in my personal opinion. Even with stability issues and a couple of other minor things, it's still completely playable. You just have to know how to kind of work with the game and not against it. Now, one thing that I do see a common complaint of is the fact that it's unstable. So, ways that you can definitely get around that, there's lots of them. Unfortunately, you are going to run into some stability issues on occasion. Just pay attention to kind of where you're at, where you're going to land at, and actually, you can avoid most of them. One of the best ways to just play the game and relax is to go onto a private server. If you enjoy the actual competitive nature of PvP, there are those two PvP servers to actually choose from. Again, keep in mind, you need to pay attention to what servers you're playing on. If you're in America, don't play on the EU servers unless you really, really want to deal with ping. I mean, if that's your thing, to each their own. For me, though, like I said, I would still give this game a 7 or 8 in my book, just because it is so fun. And with the devs still putting in updates, putting in massive work, I cannot complain. There are some things that I would love to see happen and love to see added as time goes on. This elephant is stepping on me. He's just running me over. The elephants really don't care where you are. Oh, dear Lord. They do what they want. Elephants are elephants. I'm going to close my door. Overall, I would say purchase the game now, while it is still cheap, before they actually decide to add additional content and they start jacking up that price even worse. Before they do that, of course, you should buy the game. Now, you're going to see a lot of those Steam comments with the server being unstable and they have too much lag and game optimization issues. Those are to be expected. It is early access, so you have to keep that in mind. It is not fully released yet. There's lots of updates, lots of content. I fully recommend this game. I think you should honestly get it, play it, have fun with it, and ignore the hateful comments on the Steam community. Now, some of those players are clearly not familiar because it is early access. If you got a refund for the game, I feel really bad because, well, it is a lot funner than it used to be. You are always welcome to join my wonderful server, which is over there. Keep a lookout, and I will be live streaming most of this on Twitch, which you can catch me most weekdays between 12 and 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But as far as the game, I say buy it. Definitely buy it, give it a shot. Lots of things to do. The graphics are stunning. If you can manage to kind of tweak your way around the system and stay away from the insane ping levels in servers that are not for you, you will have an absolute blast, just like you did with Ark or Conan. Thank you for watching. I'm ReginaT with ReginaT Gaming, and I hope to catch you on the next one.